Hey guys, welcome back. It's back to school and back to a routine, my kind of lifestyle. Let's get into it. Today was the first day of school for my two kids. My daughter, she went into 6th grade, starting middle school, so that was a new experience, getting up a lot earlier and watching my daughter go into that school all by herself. You know, it's a new routine that we got to get used to. And she's getting older, and I was a little sad, to be honest. And then my son, he's going into 2nd grade. We're kind of used to that. It's the same school. He's not upgrading to middle school or anything like that for the time being. But, you know, we had a great summer, and I hope that you guys had a great summer as well. We always look forward to summers where my wife gets off of work. She's a teacher, if you don't know, and it's kind of chaotic for the most part. You know, they've got camps planned, my wife has vacations planned for the family, so on and so forth. And it's just every day, it's something new in the summer. Maybe their friends come over, maybe the kids are fighting over some toy, or maybe they're playing nice and they're being loud and having fun. And that is what summers are all about, and I'm all for it. But the problem with working from home, okay, if you guys don't know, if you don't work from home, it is difficult to manage you know, your workload when you've got your kids running around, or you got your wife, you know, stepping in your office asking about this or that or whatever it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love it when my family is all at home. We get to enjoy time with each other. Even if I'm working, you know, I get to step out and have lunch with my family. It's something that I cherish every summer, and it's great, to be honest. But I do enjoy a routine, okay? Having a set schedule for my entire family. It's just how successful people operate at the end of the day. If you guys don't know, if you want to be successful and you want to be a millionaire and you want to retire in glory, that's the type of lifestyle you need to lead, okay? One of structure, one of routine, and to be quite frank, for a lot of people out there, they consider that kind of boring, okay? A boring lifestyle where you just do the same thing, okay? That's how you build wealth. You don't go out on every weekend and go blow your money on a restaurant on Thursday night, on Friday night, on Saturday night. You don't go out going to the clubs every single weekend. That's not how you build wealth. That's not how you build a family either, to be honest, okay? I know I hear a lot about, you know, people, the modern world, everyone's going out to the clubs and spending their money. That's not how things work in the normal 9-to-5 world, all right? And I know how a lot of people on YouTube, they hate the 9-to-5 world. You know, everyone's against it and all this stuff, but the most wealthy, successful people work in 9-to-5 jobs, guys. That is just the reality we live in, okay? And that's how the world is structured. So if you want to play by the rules and play by routine, that's how you'll be successful, to be honest. You know, the world of being wild and having unstructured discipline doesn't work, okay? And typically, people who are like that, they spend their money left and right. They have no discipline to not spend their money because they always feel like they got to go out in society and be a part of, you know, whatever experiences are going on out there, like they're gonna miss something, okay? Like they gotta go bowling every weekend, or they gotta do this and they gotta do that. Oh, I gotta go to this hot air balloon show, or whatever it is. You don't need to do all that stuff. Now, I like doing stuff like that every now and then in moderation. Don't get me wrong, I like to have fun just like everyone else. But you go out there and you just wonder, how do people have all this money to afford all of these events? I mean, it seems like in the summer, there's an event every single weekend. And even in the fall, there's, you know, you got the fall farms coming up where people go apple picking and cider picking. And we do that from time to time, but not every year. You know, we're very busy when the school comes up. We've got our consistent routine of dance for my daughter, and then soccer for my son, and baseball for my son. and it just keeps us in that same routine and that monotony. And to be quite frank, I kind of like it sometimes. And plus, in the fall, I love this weather. It finally cooled down in Michigan. I've been sick of the hot days where I can't go on these walks and talk to you guys on YouTube because I'm getting eaten up by the horse flies and the bugs and sweating it, okay? But now I can finally do it. You know, I can finally enjoy my time out here and get some videos recorded in and get back into my routine. I've been struggling this whole summer trying to find time for the YouTube side hustle and the full-time work. It's hard because, you know, you got all this crazy, unstructured routine going on at your household. That's just my household. Everyone's household is different. Maybe you both work and maybe you have to send your kids off to whatever it is. Maybe it's summer school or maybe it's latchkey or whatever. You know, everyone's structure is different. But again, the more structure you have, the easier it is to save money and live a simple life. Just live a simple life and you'll get to freedom. That's what it's all about, guys. Someday I see myself getting to freedom where I don't have to answer to any bosses whatsoever. And the way I'm doing that is just living kind of a boring, simple lifestyle. But I like it. I don't mind it. I mean, I don't even think it's boring, to be honest. It's just very routine. The kids come home from school, you cook dinner, you do dishes, you sit down for like half hour to an hour. Maybe your kids do homework, whatever, or an activity, and you go to bed. And then mom and dad are hustling with their work. That's the way my family rolls. After my kids go to bed, I'm working for 2 or 3 hours. And so is my wife. Every night as a teacher, that's what teachers do. And, you know, in the meantime, I'm editing my videos. And that's why I need to come out here and shoot more content. Because I'm like bored, to be honest. If I don't have something to do on my laptop, I'm like, I gotta record something. I gotta get like, you know, a queue of recordings so I can edit and post to YouTube. I just enjoy it, to be honest. I like work. I even like my 9-to-5 job, to be honest. I got a whole new job and I'm enjoying it. It's the same job as I had before, just a different company. But I'm getting a lot done. I'm getting new technology integrated, implemented into that stack, and I love it. And that's just what it is. You got to find something you like at the end of the day. You got to find a job or a career that you like that has routine in it, okay? Maybe it's, you know, software development. You could look into that. Maybe it's chemistry. Maybe it's teaching, like my wife does. There's lots of good jobs that have routine that you can, you know, not go out and spend your money all the time. Because what else would I do if I didn't have a 9-to-5 or my YouTube side hustle? You know, I'd like go out and go shopping at Kohl's or something like that. Like you see that all the time. If you ever go out during the day, like maybe I'll go out to run an errand out to like, you know, the convenience street where there's all the big box stores. I'll go out there and I'll just see these women shopping all day long. And I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? Maybe that's their routine though. They like to spend money out and about. I don't know. But in general, you know, I like the routine. I like the monotony. I like getting back in the swing of things. Now, when we get closer to summer, like come May, June, I'm kind of sick of it. You know, I'm sick of the same routine. I want my family at home. I want to see them a little bit more often. So I do enjoy the summers, don't get me wrong. But I do like the fall, the winter, and the spring for getting down to business and getting work done. I like to feel productive. I like to feel like I'm having successes in my job or in YouTube. And that's what I just like. I don't know, there's something about it. I don't mind the work. I like work. I don't know, you know, maybe I feel bad for people who don't enjoy their jobs. And maybe that's a sign for you to go out and find that job that you like so that you can kind of enjoy the routine at the end of the day. So anyways, you guys let me know what you think. You know, are your lives kind of routine and monotonous? And do you like that? And do you not? You know, it's kind of interesting. So anyways, if you guys could like and subscribe to the content, I'd appreciate it. And everyone, take a look at my previous video and have a great day, guys. Bye.